Hi everyone, Ashish Kyal here. Very warm welcome to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. And this is a very quick and short update that I thought I'll conduct about why timing the market, what are time cycles, what is Hurst time cycles. There are so many of you who have been asking me about it. So I thought why not to go live, especially when we had a classic awesome session that happened over the weekend. Thousands of participants were there and simply love talking to you all. So it's fantastic to see you all here again. And I thought a very quick glimpse into कि यार time cycle होता क्या है? Why you have to time the market? Is it possible to time the market? Is it possible to time the stocks? There are questions, many questions I keep receiving and keep getting. I thought I'll just come live, talk about it and explain you कि यार टाइम साइकिल मतलब क्या है, टाइम होता क्या है. सी आई एम गोइंग टू बी वेरी क्विक एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू समथिंग वेरी fundamental to the time. If you think in a way, the reason why the distance exists is only because of time. Okay, I'm not talking philosophy, I'm talking science here. अगर आप सोचेंगे कि if you want to go from one point A to point B, if you cover that distance, that can happen only if there is time that is elapsed, which means that अगर point A से point B जाना है, if you do not have the time, you cannot travel. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Space exists only because time exists. Okay, so बहुत ही interesting perspective है कि अगर टाइम नहीं होगा तो पॉइंट ए और पॉइंट बी दोनों साथ में एक ही पॉइंट होगा. इट इज ओनली द बिकॉज ऑफ द टाइम दैट एवरीथिंग एग्जिस्ट. सो विथ दैट लॉजिक, when you are trading the market, when you are looking at the market, prices exist only because of time. If there is no time, price can't fluctuate. There is no price at all because price is distance. So without time, distance can't be there. Without time, price can't exist. एक बहुत ही क्लासिक इंडिकेटर आप सभी लोग यूज करते हैं जिसे हम कहते हैं मूविंग एवरेज. आर यू पीपल यूजिंग दैट मूविंग एवरेज इंडिकेटर? every one of you, are you using moving average indicator? Do you understand that moving average indicator is a lagging indicator? Everyone understand that? What does it mean? इसका मतलब होता है जब प्राइस टर्न हो जाता है, मूविंग एवरेज बाद में टर्न होता है. Why is that happening? I'll give you the secret. ये चीजों को फाइंड आउट करने के लिए बहुत मैंने सालों साल लग जाते हैं, लेकिन आंसर नहीं मिल पाता है. आंसर बहुत ही साधारण है. Very simple answer to this is that for a moving average, you have to understand very clearly, when you take a moving average, you are averaging out prices. Okay, along with that, you are also averaging out time. अगर आपने सोचा होगा, हमने 10 दिन का डेटा लिया, 20 days average plot करते. 20 days average, you take the entire 20 days, you divide it by 20, right? The entire 20 days of price, you sum it up, divide by 20, you get a 20 days of moving average. But if you think, you are not only dividing price, you are also dividing time. लेकिन आप प्लॉट कहाँ कर रहे हो? आप प्लॉट कर रहे हो 20th डे पे. तो जो आप एवरेज बना रहे हो, उसने प्राइस को तो इक्वली डिवाइड कर दिया, टाइम को भी डिवाइड किया, लेकिन आपने प्लॉट उसे करना चाहिए था 10th डे पे, आपने उसे प्लॉट किया है 20th डे पे. नाउ दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट नोन एज सेंटर्ड मूविंग एवरेज, जो हम करेंगे 11th और 12th फैब को in the Master of Cycle session. So what I'm trying to tell you, the reason moving average is lagging is because the moving average is plotted on the 20th day, whether it should be plotted on the 10th day, because it is also dividing the time. So time है 20 days, 20 days का एवरेज अगर हम लेंगे तो 10th डे पे एवरेज आता है. तो दैट इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट नोन एज सेंटर्ड मूविंग एवरेज. ये सब चीजें हैं तो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट है. इसके बारे में बहुत डिटेल में मैंने बात भी की है. मेरी ये बुक आप देख पा रहे होंगे, इफेक्टिव ट्रेडिंग इन फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स, वो पब्लिश्ड वर्ल्ड वाइड and this book has a lot of concepts on time, and the moving average concept जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ is from this book itself, जो मैंने लिखी है. तो जो सेंटर्ड मूविंग एवरेज की बात है, तो अगर हर चीज टाइम से गवर्न होती है, इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट, if you just simply think about it, everything repeats. Okay, it's a pattern. The way we behave, the way behavioral science exists, everything is because of the pattern and the repetition. हम यहाँ तक की बात करते कर्मा की, right? That is also which is written in a lot of our Granth and Puran is talking about karma. It repeats. That's what you sow is what you get. So that is repetition. And that is nothing but market repeats. So which means that pattern repeats. That's why you are able to trade and make money out of it. इसका सारांश या कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है कि अगर टाइम रिपीट होता है, so can we look at the rhythm of the time and identify if it's going to repeat again? And if we identify the repetition of time, we will be able to identify कि market में low कब बनेगा और वहां से कैसे जा सकता है. That is what we are trying to do. So there is a lunar cycle of 28 days. If you are aware about lunar cycle, there is a solar cycle of 12.5 years. There is a decennial cycle of 10 years. There is a quadratic cycle of 54 years. There is a presidential cycle of 4 years. There is a kitchen cycle of 8 years. There are so many cycles which repeating. There is a seasonality. Every quarter the season change. There is a seasonality cycle, which means this has impact on every single thing. If it has impact on the planet, it has impact on the crops, it has impact on every single thing. Why do you think the concept of time will not have impact on human beings, will not have in turn impact on stock market? It does have impact on those things. W.D. Gann actually traveled all the way, was in Himalayas for so many years before he found his own methods of Gann theory that we talk about. And he aligned himself to a lot of those concepts of how the time functions. And that secret of time, I'm going to reveal it to all of you on 11th and 12th of February in the Master of Cycles program, where we will look at the concept of Hurst time cycles along with Gann square of 9. Hurst time cycles kya hai? J.M. Hurst was an aeronautical engineer. He found out that there are certain cycles that exist and in the physics of the world that he has been looking at. And he was very much intrigued by that, and he said such science which exist on the physics and in the nature should also be a part of stock market. Everyone believes that stock market moves because of the news. I'm going to give you a classic example. अगर स्टॉक मार्केट न्यूज के कारण मूव होता है तो मेकिंग मनी फ्रॉम द मार्केट इज वेरी इजी. कि भाई स्टॉक का रिजल्ट आया, रिजल्ट अच्छा आया, मार्केट प्राइसेस ऊपर जाना चाहिए, रिजल्ट आया खराब आया नीचे जाना चाहिए. लेकिन ऐसा होता है क्या हर टाइम? रिजल्ट आया वेरी क्लासिक बट द स्टॉक वेंट डाउन. इट हैपेंस, राइट? सो बट if you can predict time beforehand, so for example on the budget day 12:15 was the time which I predicted. Nifty moved by 200 points. This is not to show that I am doing it. This is to showcase it works. Okay. Then the very next day, again, there was a time and Nifty moved precisely from there. We had a time yesterday at around 3. Lekin price action needs to confirm with time. So the people who are trading time, we call them as hashtag time traders. You people need to understand that price and time दोनों क्लब करना बहुत जरूरी है. भाव भगवान छे, समय बलवान छे. So if you do not club both, you can't make money. So you have to club both the things, especially if you are option trader. So if I have to ask here, how many of you are trading options? Are you an option trader? I want to understand from them. Don't you think you need to time the market to the very hour if you want to make money, especially by buying options? Is it possible to do that? The answer is absolutely yes. Is it 100% foolproof? No, absolutely no. This is a science of probability. It has to be understood कि आपको stop loss के साथ काम करना है और उसके साथ ही trade करना है. If you trade without stop loss, without understanding time, you can't really trade. Many a times breakout happens and fail. Why that happens? Because the time that you are looking at is not in favor. In fact, कल के दिन में मैंने एक ट्वीट लिखा था रात को, before the market started today, that today can be a day of pressure. You know what was the reasoning behind that? It was the Purnima cycle, okay, which we talked about in the webinar on Sunday, that Purnima cycle is there. Something is important. On Monday, we will see. And this cycle results into 2 to 3 days of downward pressure on most of the occasions. Were you a part of that? If you were a part of that, you will understand what I am talking about, the lunar cycle. Now, some of you might laugh and discard that theory. You know, मैं भी वैसा ही था यार. जब मैंने ये पहली बार मतलब खुद से एनालाइज किया, I was like, यार ये सब थोड़ी चलता है. I said, यार कुछ भी, this is not something that I ever, looked at, because I'm a science student, I'm an engineer, I don't believe into these things. But then I said, ठीक है यार, try करने में क्या है. So I plotted the moon phase on the chart along with Nifty, and I started observing how it behaved. And I was shocked to see the way it behaved was simply amazing. And then I realized that if this science works, why not to spread it across? So lunar cycle works. So that's what I was saying. So J.M. Hurst also said certain cycles exist on the planet, and this in physics, and this works on stock market. So he gave us standard cycles. The standard cycles are 7, 14, 28, and 56. He said these are standard cycles. Around this, you will find actual cycle that works on that stock, and that cycle actually works brilliantly on that stock if you are able to find one. और उतना ही नहीं, इस पूरे प्रोसेस को एक ऑटोमेट किया जा सकता है by plotting a line, a signal line, which we call as FLD. So once you plot an FLD, you know how you have to trade that stock. And once you have an Excel sheet of your stocks that you are trading, you just have to observe the time, which means, say for example, I know Bank Nifty ke liye 8th of February around 1:30 is an important time. I'm just assuming that. Bank Nifty on 8th of February 1:30 is an important time when prices can start showing momentum on the upside. With that information, I am relaxed. I'm waiting for that time zone. When I say 1:30, it can be plus minus 30 minutes hota hai. But I know around that area something can happen. So I'm just patiently waiting to see now my price action. Simple price action देखेंगे कि भाई उस टाइम के अराउंड क्या कुछ हलचल हुई हो रही है. Do we see the 3 candlestick condition satisfied? Do I see prices bouncing from the support? Do I see break of resistance? Then I see pattern. Then I trade. And that conviction is so high that you simply can make money out of it. And also it can be applied on options chart. You can apply it on 5-minute chart. You apply on gold, crude oil. You apply it on ITC. And I've been talking about ITC for more than a year now. But did you witness how brilliantly that time has worked for that stock? I'm talking about gold for that. So point I'm trying to make is this science works. And if you need to understand this science, you need to understand the correct application of it. खाली ऊपर से देखे आप ट्रेड करोगे तो मुश्किल है पैसा कमाना. लेकिन अगर प्रॉपरली पूरा समझ के कि ये कैसे करना है, ट्रेड सेटअप के साथ देखोगे तो पैसा कमाया जा सकता है. ट्रेड सेटअप मतलब क्या है? ट्रेड सेटअप होता है if step 1, step 2, step 3 happens, I pull the trigger. If this 3 does not happen, I don't do anything. That is what I call as a trade setup. For many of you, trade setup is like, अरे यार मार्केट अगर नीचे गिर रहा है, अरे बेच दे, ऊपर गया अरे खरीद ले. That's, you think you will make money by doing that circus around price movement? No, you need to club it along with proper trade setup. That trade setup will tell you how it functions. And ये बहुत ही एक सिंपल स्टोरी मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. एक गांव था, वहां पर वहां का एक विलेजर हर रोज पानी भरने जाता था नदी के. He used to go there, come back again. Every day Around that 2 o'clock he used to travel, come back. अब हुआ क्या, वहां पर एक शेर आ गया, शेर आया, and these are very intelligent creatures, guys, try and understand. वो ऑब्जर्व कर रहा था उस विलेजर को. Now he observed that villager every time he goes at this time, comes back, comes back, and then एक बार मौका मिला and he attacked and killed that villager. Now उसे समझ में आ गया, यार ये तो बहुत आसान था और ऐसे तो मुझे कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, ना ही जंगल में जाना पड़ेगा, यहाँ बैठे रहो. Every day he started doing this exercise and he started observing people, what time who is going. And since people, we human beings are also behaving in a patterned nature, we realized we keep doing the same thing again and again, and that's what the creature realized. Now he became very complacent. When he became very complacent, the lion realized कि यार ये करना तो बहुत ही आसान है, and he became lethargic and complacent. Complacent मतलब आलसी, मतलब चलता है type. Now what happened? Now since this incident started happening, human beings are more intelligent, honestly. So the villagers realized the path that the lion traveled, and वो path पे उन्होंने गड्ढा खोद दिया, and that lion fell down in that. So what we just, I'm trying to tell you what we just did. You were being hunted. Now the lion got hunted. That's the difference. The big players are like lion, who are sitting right there observing the retailers doing the same stuff again and again, observing you very carefully, and then attacking exactly at the point where you're placing a stop loss. And you get stopped out every time because they know what you are doing. You are doing in a patterned behavior. They are aware about it. What we are going to change is to change that pattern behavior. No, we are going to observe their pattern of trading and ride with them. Are you understanding the concept? हम उनको observe कर रहे, and we are riding with the lion. We are not fighting the lion. We are riding with the lion, and that's when you make money with time. Because now time is where they slice their orders. See, I worked with hedge funds. I was with Lehman for some time. I know how they function. अगर उनके पास में 10 lakh shares लेना है उन्हें, they can't do it one go. They will slice the order. They will time the order. They will do it as a slow process, and you can see it from the market and you can time that trade. So that is what we are going to do in Master of Cycles program. Guys, does it make sense? The analogy which I talked to you about, was it exactly what you wanted to hear? Why you get hunted? You should not get hunted. You should understand the pattern of the big players and time the trade. Then you make money. वही चीज हुई ना कि जहाँ शेयर हर टाइम अटैक कर रहा था, थोड़ा सा ध्यान दिया और वहां पर हमने पकड़ लिया कि वो क्या कर रहा है. So वही चीज करनी है दोस्तों. Time cycle is all about understanding the pattern of the market, the rhythm of the market. Everything bits in a rhythm of time, and if you understand time, trust me, making money is possible. So what are we going to do in these 2 days? There are so many questions that have been asked about Master of Cycles program. On 11th and 12th Feb, we start at 10 a.m. Pre-session video is already given to you. If you have not registered yet, once you register, you will get that pre-session video, which will explain you for an hour how to plot the time cycle on a trading view. Free software hai, no software required. You don't have to pay anything to them. Now, वहां पर टाइम साइकिल कैसे प्लॉट करना है, उसके साथ में हम करने वाले Hurst टाइम साइकिल. आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट दिस सिंपल स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस on Saturday at 10 a.m. on 11th of Feb, where I will explain you how to go about identifying this time. I'll explain you the simple principle of time which works in the market, and then we will do practically on stocks, forex, various markets together. ये है Hurst टाइम साइकिल. उसको और एक्यूरेट बनाने के लिए हम प्राइस एक्शन के लिए यूज करेंगे इचिमोकू क्लाउड. सुपर्ब टेक्निक है. सपोर्ट कहाँ है, रेजिस्टेंस कहाँ है, क्या मार्केट में हो सकता है, एवरीथिंग वी आर गोइंग टू डू ऑन इचिमोको क्लाउड. उसके साथ क्लब करेंगे गैन स्क्वायर ऑफ 9. इफ यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग द मार्केट, एक लेवल है जो मार्केट फॉलो कर रहा है. डू यू नो विच लेवल इज दैट? 17,756. Fantastic. 17,756 का जो लेवल है, prices are simply getting magnetized there. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? इसका मतलब हुआ ऊपर जाता है तो फिर वो लेवल पे आता है, नीचे जाता है तो फिर वो लेवल पे आता है। पूरे दिन का एवरेज आज का भी आप देखोगे तो कौन सा लेवल है दोस्तों? 17,756, which is the Gann square of 9 level. और ये आज नहीं बात कर रहा, मैं पहले भी बताया था 17,756। निफ्टी अगर 17,890 ब्रेक करता है तो 18,293 का लेवल है जो देख सकते हैं। नाउ ये सब चीजें हम साथ में डिराइव करेंगे। सो व्हेन यू लर्न टू ट्रेड योरसेल्फ, you will be able to derive these levels yourself, take the trade yourself. That is what I call is empowerment. Okay, and this is empowerment, right? I want to empower the traders. I don't want retailers to lose money anymore. You can make money, and the best part about it is what you know about time. If I am able to do it, you can do it. So many people think कि यार मेरे से हो नहीं पाएगा, दिस पर्सन हैज अ लॉट ऑफ आईक्यू। अरे बॉस, मार्केट में ट्रेड करने के लिए ना डिसिप्लिन चाहिए, ट्रेड सेटअप चाहिए, आईक्यू नहीं चाहिए। सो दैट इज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड। इफ आई कैन डू इट, यू कैन डू इट। एंड there are so many of you are here who has witnessed when I talked about this level in December and how brilliantly it is working. Look at it. So ये क्यों है लेवल, ये कैसे डिराइव करना है, गैन क्या होता है, ये सारी चीजें हम ये 2 दिन मास्टर ऑफ साइकिल्स प्रोग्राम में करेंगे। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट post these 2 days. There will be a follow-up session after around 10 days where we will take out queries, doubts, how are you applying it, how it is happening. And in fact, I can share, I've shared so many mentees have been able to trade on timing the market, even on the budget day, even post that, and it is working well. So बहुत ही क्लासिक टॉपिक है दोस्तों, इस पे तो जितनी बात करूं मैं अभी और 2-3 घंटे आपसे बात कर सकता हूं बिना चार्ट के, टाइम के लॉजिक के बारे में, एंड यू विल बी लाइक शॉक टू हियर मी आउट। बहुत सारी चीजें हैं इसमें जो मैंने गैदर की ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ डेकेड एंड मोर, and it's simply wonderful. You know what makes me glued to the market is how is it possible कि एग्जैक्ट वो टाइम पे, वो वीक में, वो डे पे मार्केट मूव होता है। कैसे पॉसिबल है, विश्वास नहीं होता है मुझे भी। 85 वीक का एक साइकिल है निफ्टी का जो 24 मार्च 2020 को लो बनना था, और वही वीक में निफ्टी ने लो बनाया 7511 पे और वहां से रैली हुआ। कैसे पॉसिबल है? और ये वो लेवल मैंने अभी नहीं, वो लेवल मैंने बहुत सालों पहले डिराइव किया था, मतलब टाइम का लेवल आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट। सो this I am going to reveal to all of you what I have learned, what I know, what I use for my trading, and how I am going to do that. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to derive some wonderful times on stocks. We are going to look at commodities. We are going to look at Nifty. We are going to do it for intraday trading also. Many of you might be trading intraday, right? We will do for intraday trading 5 minutes chart ka cycle use karke. So this is a wonderful concept of time, and very few people are actually talking about time. They are busy using indicators, but I am going to talk to you about time for the very first time. You might be listening to this concept, but it's simply mind-blowing. So take that step forward, guys. I checked with my team, we still have a few seats left for this Master of Cycles program. You can be a part of this. If you are registering today, you can get it for 22,000 plus taxes. Otherwise, the pricing is 49K plus taxes. But since you are here right now with me, whoever is attending this program or webinar right now with me, we are allowing them to register under that offer. Otherwise, it's not there. So you can take that step forward. The link will be shared across by my colleague, and please take that step forward and you can simply go there. I'll just share across the link, and how you can go and register on that link. I'll just share that across, and it's going to be a wonderful journey. I'm telling you यार, मार्केट में पैसा डालने के बदले अगर आपने नॉलेज में पैसा डाला होता, it would have worked. See, I did my CMT in 2008. I worked with Lehman Brothers, which filed for bankruptcy. तब भी realize किया यार, एक सोर्स ऑफ इनकम होनी चाहिए, पैसिव सोर्स ऑफ इनकम। यार मैं कुछ ना करूं और पैसा कमा सके, ऐसा पॉसिबल है लेकिन नॉलेज के साथ में। So here is the page, here is the link. You can simply go and register here for this wonderful program on Master of Cycles, and I am open for taking out any questions that you might have. Okay, simply wonderful. There is a question here. Will I get the recording also of this session? Yes, you will be getting a recording for a period of 15 days of the session that we are going to have on 11th and 12th of February, which is a weekend, morning 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we will be giving you the recording. There is next question here. Sir, 2 days are sufficient to know this technique? Yes, because I am giving you a pre-session video. शुरुआत के पहले ही प्री सेशन वीडियो मैं आपको दे रहा हूं और उसके बाद में भी एक फॉलोअप सेशन होगा, और ये टेक्निक सिखाने में टाइम नहीं जाए बिकॉज ये बहुत इजी है. सो यू कैन रियली डू दैट. विल इट बी इन हिंदी? This will be Hindi and English both, not purely Hindi. Hindi or English दोनों में है. Beginner should enroll? Yes, of course. If you are a beginner, see, this is the subject which does not require any prior knowledge. अभी आप सोचो ना, अगर आप beginner हो और पहला फोकस आपने टाइम पे रखा है, can I say you have an edge over everyone else? क्योंकि मार्केट से पैसा कमाने के लिए you need an edge. Okay, there are many questions coming up. I'm going to take a very quick poll also in the meanwhile. Just a second, about which path you want to choose for your journey towards better tomorrow. So answer, and meanwhile I'll answer. So even if you're a beginner, it does not matter because time एक ऐसा concept है जो beginner भी कर सकता है, जिसे कुछ भी नहीं आता है मार्केट के बारे में वो भी सीख सकता है और ट्रेड कर सकता है. लेकिन आपको बेसिक समझ होनी चाहिए स्टॉक मार्केट क्या है. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है स्टॉक मार्केट क्या है, देन यू हैव टू फर्स्ट गो थ्रू दैट. बट इफ यू नो व्हाट इज स्टॉक मार्केट, you can definitely use this concept of time, which is the best way to start your trading career. Because if you are looking at this concept of time and trading, it will have a very, very classic effect right from the day one. There is another question. Can I time the stocks also with time cycles? Yes. So you can time the stocks as well with time cycle. Link will be shared across by my colleague. I'm just going to be giving you the link right now in case you want to register here. Yes. So you can time the stock market, stocks also, including stocks like Adani Group. I have actually published a research article also on that, on time cycle for Adani Enterprise. You can possibly check that on my website later on. So it is possible. I want to tell you that. और ये होने के बाद नहीं बोलता मैं, होने के पहले मैंने बोला है. If you are following me on Twitter, you might already understand that. You know, and the best part about it is an FLD. FLD एक ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट है जो प्राइस टारगेट भी आप आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो टाइम के साथ में. किसी ने बताया था कि अगर आपने टाइम यूज किया है, you can forecast even price. That's the best part about FLD, जो हर्स्ट एंड साइकिल का कॉन्सेप्ट है. तो आपको पता है, एक सिग्नल मेथड में आपको दूंगा, लाइक अ सिग्नल सिस्टम. एक सिस्टम में आपको दूंगा जो आप प्लॉट कर पाओगे और आपको कुछ करना नहीं है. आपको खाली वो पॉइंट पे देखना है सिग्नल मिला या नहीं. सिग्नल मिला तो ट्रेड लेना है, सिग्नल नहीं मिला तो ट्रेड नहीं लेना है. दिस सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट, इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग इंट्राडे or if you want to trade positionally for a bigger trades, you can do that. You know, मैं आपसे बात कर रहा था लास्ट टाइम कि 18,050 अगर निफ्टी क्रॉस करेगा तो एक सिग्नल मिलेगा जो 650 पॉइंट का सिग्नल है. वो मैं आपको सिखाने वाला हूँ. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट. What are the fee details? Vishal, the link is shared across right now. You can simply visit that link and you will be able to get all the details over there and register for Master of Cycles. Gann के बारे में हम Gann square of 9 करेंगे. Can that be used for time? I will explain you how to apply it for time if you want to, but we will be looking at Hurst and cycle for timing the market. Gann के ऊपर we will look at the exact method of Gann square of 9. Is it possible for entry, exit and target as per cycle? Of course. अभी तक मैंने आपको टारगेट्स नहीं बताए कोई वेबिनार में टाइम के बेसिस पे. द रीजन बीइंग, if I am telling you the target, I want you to understand that the target is also derived out of time, जो मैं आपको बताऊंगा. So ट्रेड सेटअप का मतलब वही होता है, कहाँ एंटर करना है, कहाँ प्रॉफिट बुक करना है और कहाँ पर एग्जिट करना है. So all these three things I am going to tell you, which is as per time. So there are so many questions which are coming on here, and can I apply it on crude oil forex? Yes, क्रूड ऑयल का 115 डेज का साइकिल ड्यू हो रहा है दोस्तों. ध्यान रखना, यहां से गुंजाइश है क्रूड ऑयल की बिग रैली आने में वापस है. सो बहुत क्रूशियल ये डेट, वो आप कर पाओगे डिराइव. ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन डू दैट ऑन वेरियस थिंग्स. श्योर हेमंत, इफ यू आर रजिस्टरिंग टुडे यू विल गेट इट ऑफ कोर्स. सो अभी आपको वो एक्शन लेना पड़ेगा टू गेट दैट offer. And Ichimoku is also included with time because Ichimoku is also a time indicator. उसके बारे में मैं आपको बताऊंगा ना, you will be shocked. Ichimoku का जो cloud है, that is shifted on the right side, okay, and that shift is derived out of time cycle. In fact, RSI का जो पैरामीटर है 14, it is derived out of time cycle. Moving average का जो पैरामीटर है 20, that is derived out of time cycle. And we will create our own indicators which will be as per time cycle. That will give you an edge. So without fear, trading is possible as per cycle theory. Of course it is. So ये था चीज, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं दोस्तों, तो करेंगे ये 2 दिन में. 11th and 12th of Feb को ज्वाइन करिए इस सेशन को. You will simply love it. You will enjoy it thoroughly, and you will see the difference in your profitability once you start applying it from the very next day. I can see so many of you are still asking questions, but I think we are running out of time. I'm working during the trading hours. Still, I can plan a setup. Yes, of course. So you can have a setup. You just put the order before, as soon as the market opens, and you can still do that. कैसे करना है वो मैं आपको सब बताऊंगा 11-12. So you can still do it, Prakash. Don't worry on that. Okay, I can say Ravi is here. Ravi has joined the program, and fantastic Ravi to get you on board, and fantastic Shilpi to get you on board as well. It's amazing. Okay, thank you very much guys. This is what I wanted to talk about. I'm ending the session right now. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful time. Become a wonderful trader and become the time trader that will change the very way you see the markets. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Ashish Kyal signing off.